and gloriously messy. Now, anxiously, insiders murmured that, hungry, the whole tumultuous scenario was being closely watched by Netflix producers in hopes of landing a big documentary contract. A failed Hollywood romance, dubbing it the Kidman Urbans. Because sheer tragedy always sells in the entertainment business. And at the time, this scandal was generating enormous sums of money. Meanwhile, after weeks of intense deliberation, Maggie, Baugh abruptly and suddenly returned to the internet. Quiet. "One day you'll all know the truth," she wrote as the caption for a spooky black and white picture of herself. The internet froze completely. Her article received thousands of frantic comments and almost 2 million likes in only 1 hour. Everyone was intensely curious about the startling reality she was implying. Some said she had indisputable evidence that would totally clear her. Some conjectured that she was getting ready to countersue Nicole for slander. Shadowy areas. Some boldly suggested that Keith Urban himself may have been responsible for the planned release in an attempt to rekindle his sadly waning. By now, who leaked what wasn't really the main point of contention? All that mattered was who the people finally decided to trust. Both desperate women were battling for more than simply basic justice. Hollywood continually profits off fabricated perception. But in order to manage their own crucial story, Nicole had the potent heritage. Maggie B was young and had the evoking compassion. The last deadly hit, accused an insider said that a well-known crisis management organization that firmly suggested Nicole to just let the humiliating problem goes gone. She allegedly flatly denied, chillingly declaring, "This isn't just about advertising. This is absolutely about principle," which is the most frigid the truth. In a town that was constructed on a base of meticulously built, is much more riskier than treachery, is completely unwavering pride. And there you have it, people. Hollywood's most recent turmoil tale of violent power battle that has gone completely nuclear. However, the crucial issue remains, still exists. Does Nicole Kidman really have the innocent victim of a spiteful, envious friend? Or did Maggie Baugh become vicious, ensnared in a catastrophic storm that she never really got underway? Is there a chance for an even larger, more potent name, malevolently pulling all the ropes that are attached to this whole tumultuous mess? You'll never know, but believe me when I say this. This is by no means the end of the narrative. You must tell me your true feelings, said to have taken place behind the scenes. Sound off in the comments section below and click the subscribe button as if your life depended on it. On it for more smoldering stardom disclosures. Warmth, warmth, music. Warmth, music. Hollywood is on fire, honey, since it seems that drama is not only alive but flourishing and privacy is dead. The internet as a whole after the unexpected internet appearance of a purportedly leaked Keith Urban video. And the finger-pointing frenzy has officially started. Nicole Kidman has more than one. She is so enraged that she condemns Maggie celebrity as the poisonous serpent responsible for this right away. Disastrous scandal. But is Maggie Baugh really guilty, please? Or is this simply another instance of the setup? Completely. What follows is not a movie screenplay, so get your finest popcorn. Everyone, an honest, unvarnished glory and treachery in life. Social media but lovely pandemonium on a typical Sunday morning. Throughout the globe, hashtags like B Keith, Nicole v. Maggie, music scandal are wildly popular. Officially is aware of the whole story yet, but one shaky, dubious video has already gone viral on Reddit, TikTok, and even those dull gossip sites that often focus on the basic Bravo drama with the Kardashians. Massive shockwaves were immediately produced by the tape that purportedly showed Keith Urban in a very through the privileged circles of A-list Hollywood and country music. Here's the nasty twist. They're muttering angrily that it wasn't some shady hacker who exposed it so brutally. Oh no, it was a close friend or relative. Maggie Baugh is a charming, youthful, and obnoxious gifted up-and-coming country music artist. She was often seen close to Keith and Nicole during dull business dinners, exclusive studio sessions, and drab charity events. Fans first mistakenly believed she was just like her. However, as soon as that private video appeared on the internet, everyone's suspicious gaze was fixed on her. And you know who didn't want any part of this disaster at all? Nicole Kidman, the one and only. Nicole changed instantly from an elegant overnight, the Hollywood queen transformed into a full-fledged vindictive goddess. Before she even had her breakfast, she reportedly urgently phoned her powerful attorneys, coffee, and immediately started what sources are describing as a full-scale media blackout. One completely anonymous publicist, also known as some desperate the assistant, is leaking to get attention. Nicole reportedly gave her crew a terrifying directive. I refuse to let another lady to make my family seem bad. Now, since this terrible scenario, the alleged relationship between Nicole and Maggie has been a recent project featuring Keith and Maggie's descended into strange. According to reports, the extent of Keith and Maggie Baugh's intimacy. The enigmatic film that conveniently never made it to the label, and the absurdly late-night jam sessions. One weary producer made a shocking confession to a certain gossip website. Although Nicole never explicitly showed rudeness toward Maggie Baugh, it was clear that they didn't trust each other. It was the quintessential brittle Hollywood grin, presented with grace but with razor-sharp edges. Besides, who could really blame her? Hollywood is constantly rife with ruthless backstabbing as mentoring. Keith himself assists the quickly growing circumstances. Country Music Awards last year, Maggie Baugh with praise, declaring that she had the and heart of a traditional country musician. His benign remarks were immediately transformed into something quite different by the internet, which is a dumpster fire. Sloppy, as soon as possible. TikTok edits began to appear with embarrassing names such as Maggie Baugh, the next Nicole and Keith Urban's new muse. However, until that notorious video exploded, no one took the matter seriously. In only a few hours, Nicole's on Instagram. The merciless team posted a terrifying cryptic message that said, "Betrayal is unforgivable. Privacy is sacred. The truth will come to light." That one heartbreaking post instantly left the whole fan base reeling into an utterly insane rage. All of a sudden, everyone was a digital FBI agent, closely examining every action taken by Maggie Baugh. Who was pursuing her? She was mercilessly unfollowed by someone. What was the reason behind her latest post deletion? Even her comment sections were ruthlessly overrun with poisonous remarks like, "We foolishly trusted you, Maggie Baugh," and snake emojis. Keith Urban's character was utterly quiet during this time, which now made the situation more worse. The tabloid describing him as the most subdued and silent controversy magnet in Hollywood. However, this is the point at which the tale becomes quite juicy. Maggie Baugh is said to have been the one who first took the footage. According to sources, it was surreptitiously shot during and Keith and other elite artists were composing and performing together in an exclusive private music retreat in Malibu. Although the video wasn't explicitly explicit, it was close enough to spark strong whispers of a profound emotional bond right away. Additionally, when it was violently released, the assumption seemed obvious. It could only have been shared by someone who had direct access to it. One source close to it was apparently not pretty when Nicole, or perhaps simply someone posing as Nicole, angrily confronted Maggie Baugh via text messages. According to sources, harsh terms such as the trade between traitor and backstabber was brutal. Didn't bother answering. Video silence. And in Hollywood, quiet always conveys utterly thunderous messages. This is where the PR circus comes in. Began off with violence. Nicole's powerful attorneys quickly contacted all of the big entertainment outlets, asking right now the complete removal of the video. The footage was obediently removed in a matter of hours by TMZ, Page 6, and even Rolling Stone. However, you and I both are well aware of how the dark web works. When something is out, it's out forever. Uploads to mirrors. It spread quickly than a digital wildfire thanks to tumultuous Reddit and secretive Telegram groups. Suddenly, the whole story in the media flipped violently. Nicole was no longer only a helpless victim. She became the avenger at once. Fans started blatantly romanticizing her righteous rage by sharing dramatic lies episodes, along with remarks like, Nicole when someone others began forcefully anointing her Hollywood's cold queen with a hidden heart saying, crosses her family. Maggie Baugh, on the other hand, disappeared entirely. Every week, her frantic management staff said that she was on mental health leave. However, sources are revealing that she has been hiding in Nashville to understand how things went so horribly wrong. The whole internet had fiercely split into opposing groups at this explosive moment. Maggie, BA, and Nicole's teams. The other side protested defensively. Jalouse actress, the flea, loyal wife defending her family. Bullying a budding, just where the storm started to ferociously intensify, my friends, to the fact that the everything was forever altered the moment Nicole's next calculated action was made. And just when everyone believed the shocking Nicole Kidman executed the type of devastating move that only a real seasoned Hollywood professional could execute when things couldn't get much messier. Her vicious public relations team released a massive bombshell statement overnight that sounded more like a proclamation of impending complete war than a formal explanation. The message was succinct, straightforward, and deadly. We are taking legal action against the illegal disclosure of personal information about my spouse. Someone we trusted was the one who betrayed us. Reliable. Instantaneously, the internet erupted once again. That one terrible last sentence. The match that viciously rekindled the digital flame was someone we trusted. In a matter of minutes, Maggie Baugh exposed began trending very away. Fans turned into virtual FBI agents, anxiously searching through old videos of Maggie Baugh and Keith singing duets and scrutinizing body language, as well as the precise distance interviews. Detectives on TikTok allegedly saw romantic tension that everyone else did not. Apparently, it was missed. And you know what? Memes began to come in mercilessly. Next are screenshots of Maggie Baugh grinning. Interviews with Keith were cruelly captioned. She was well aware. The fan base attempted frantically to defend her, claiming that Nicole was just being insecure and ruthlessly of authority to suppress. Quickly turned into a full-fledged cultural conflict. The naive up-and-coming rural beauty contrasts with the strong Hollywood housewife. The alleged new information was leaked by anonymous insiders, by which I mean the kind of person who most likely just worked the morning shift at a Starbucks close to a studio. One even told an internet tabloid about it. For her, Maggie B had been filming several behind-the-scenes scenes. Forthcoming documentary. It's possible that she included that bombshell film in her clip rather than purposefully leaking it. However, another insider vehemently retaliated, saying that's just what she wants naive people to think. Nicole is certain that this wasn't just mishap. It was intentional sabotage. Simple, unadulterated revenge. For what, you wonder? According to rumors, Maggie Baugh was abruptly fired from a lucrative music project that Keith and Nicole were co-producing for a Netflix series a few months before. Unique. Everyone is now speculating that it was obviously more personal than professional, even if the stated explanation was artistic disagreements. Some accounts claim that when Keith supposedly promised Maggie Baugh a solo limelight that regrettably came to pass, she felt incredibly exploited and then cruelly dumped. Actress Naomi Watts, Nicole's strongly devoted abruptly entered the conflict didn't help either. She enjoyed it. Indeed, she enjoyed a piece that ruthlessly criticized Maggie Baugh for snatching the hand that fed her. The little digital movement was instantly noticed, and the remarks that followed were quite harsh. Naomi's decision to use violence and the Australian sisterhood is very resilient. Keith Urban, the primary character, has become the quiet ghost of his own controversy in the meanwhile. He hasn't said not a single thing, not even the pathetic, no remark. Somehow he was seen by paparazzi loitering outside his studio, appearing quite anxious. He was drinking his tepid coffee sadly, as if he had suddenly understood that his quiet was no longer going to rescue him. A frustratingly ambiguous message was produced by his PR staff, claiming via his record company that Mr. Urban is focused on his family and his translation. Of course, we are frantically attempting to be totally begging us, so we can get out of this terrible predicament. However, here is when the story really becomes complicated. Electronic, yes. Forensic special legitimate profession now boldly said that the information from the released video matched Maggie B's individual. You can only imagine how that mouth-watering soundbite played out online, but this is completely unverified. A panicked gossip channel scream. One person sharply retorted, pointed directly to her phone. Hollywood cover-up is underway. Fans demanded right once that Nicole file charges and set a terrible example for others. YouTubers the incident to increase their viewership, frantically examining every facial movement in previous vlogs. Comedians eagerly joined in, making jokes. The abrupt transformation of your rural duet into a courtroom duet. Maggie Baugh was trapped and purposefully kept quiet. Finally posted one lame brief message on X, previously Twitter. Not all of what you hear or see is accurate. A few things are controlled. I'll talk when it's appropriate. But for many, it was tragically too little, too late. The harm to one's career was already irreparable. Nicole's devoted followers inundated her mentions with harshly encouraging remarks, referring to her as Hollywood's most devoted spouse. Maggie's pages, however, swiftly turned into digital battlegrounds. Then followed the really startling turn of events. One prominent showbiz insider claims that Nicole wasn't just upset. She was looking into the whole crime herself. It was openly reported that she hired a cutting-edge private cybersecurity company to thoroughly identify the leak's precise origin. The same company that Beyoncé and other celebrities are said to use, and Taylor Swift, who specializes in analyzing digital footprints. According to reports, they discovered several illegal transfers from a private shared folder, connected to Keith's group. And who had access, you ask? You guessed it already, Maggie Baugh. Like a new wildfire, the sad information swept across all of the gossip blogs. Nicole, the involvement of rising country singers in urban. Scandal is revealed via a stolen data trail, and investigators immediately linked to Maggie Baugh. Desperately, Maggie's management attempted to control the saying it had been compromised. But fans weren't believing that old-fashioned justification. Comment something along the classic excuse. The hacker did it, and where's the evidence if it was hacked? Things quickly got out of hand. Maggie Baugh was a poll on all social media sites. Suddenly, their mutually frightened pals stopped tagging them in group pictures. According to reports, the organizers of the awards event were in a panic, demanding reevaluating the Country Music Awards seating arrangements. Because, let's be honest, no one wants to see World War II unfold live on. The plot had evolved beyond a tawdry video by this point. It had completely changed into a compelling story of treachery, retaliation, and the last fight for dominance. Nicole was hailed as a fighter by her supporters. Maggie's followers said that the wealthy and influential people in Hollywood were brutally fabricating her, but it soon became a strong symbol of the industry's hidden underbelly, where promising careers are abruptly shattered over one careless click, where celebrity and purported friendships savagely clash. And Nicole made a calculated move that made even her most critical detractors gasp, just when believed she may finally calm down. All right, you're playing it all. Anger emotion that gripped Nicole Kidman. She was quite strategic. She skillfully transformed from emotional victim to Hollywood powerhouse in a matter of days. People close to her. She summoned her legal assault squad to her enormous Beverly Hills meeting. Additionally, one completely unnamed source claims that Nicole doesn't shout. She is a diligent planner, and she was planning everything. Everything. Immediately, word officially complicit and slander against Maggie Baugh. Indeed, the current was being deliberately brought to court by Hollywood. Immediately, well-known entertainment attorneys started analyzing the case in great detail on talk programs. If Nicole has unquestionable evidence that Maggie Baugh was involved, this could literally destroy Maggie's entire career overnight, one legal expert said dramatically. Another swiftly added, Maggie's just violently went bankrupt, and in Hollywood, your reputation is your only real currency. However, it didn't end there at all. According to reports, Nicole's public relations in extra hours behind the scenes magazine, every award streaming services were aware of the same issue. She wasn't only defending her lengthy union, she was combative, safeguarding her multi-billion-dollar brand. She supposedly even went so far as to prevent